What is up, guys? HD here. Welcome back to Minecraft, where today we are going to do some more building. What a surprise! In a game about building things, we're going to be building things. Oh god. So in the last episode, we did something kind of insignificant and small, which was defeat the Wither. Most importantly, we dug a big hole. Like a big hole. Like the biggest pit I have ever dug in the history of me playing this game. And it took a very long time, but you know what? We did it, and I was joking about the insignificance of the Wither. I'm very glad that we did that at the start of the episode because it enabled us to get a beacon. I don't even think I would have tackled the size of the project that I have started without the beacon, so that's what we achieved in the last episode. But in this one, we are going to do some more building, and we are going to have a good time when doing so. So it's probably worth me showing you what I've actually been up to off camera, because I have been playing this in a fair share of my own time, simply because, well, there's an abundance of my own time at this point. So I have, as you can see, I went on a culling, okay? I killed all my villagers, and don't worry, I feel guilty. I did it with a reason. I wanted new villagers with better trades, and I spent a long time trying to do it. So I went and, well, built a new area to the villager area down here, and I also added some more lights. Now, as you can see, we have some ceiling lights. That's because the light levels were a little bit suckish down here, but I've also laid some lights under these carpets and a couple of buttons for decoration. That way, for some reason, even though we can't visibly see the light, it still increases the light level, which helps with mob spawns and so on. So, stuff has changed down here. We got like trapdoors with lights underneath them. I just wanted to get the red and blue moodiness of it back, which I think I've almost achieved. I've got to sort out what I want to do with the ceiling lights yet, but at the moment, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. You'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments, but the new area I have built is here. And when I say I've been playing a lot, I have been playing a lot. We've done an entirely new room here, which really closely links on to the hub drop spinny spirally room thingy. You know what I'm on about. And then down here, we have where I'm going to have all my villagers. It's very green down here. Obviously, I have these just to sort out the light level for now. Now, I've got all of these down here ready to have different trades with different villagers. So, I've already got a couple, and it was a very long and tedious, boring process, because these were zombie villagers, and I cured them and everything. But this one here is a Fortune 3 villager, which is insane. I've named this one Dave, because Dave was the OG villager that we had. We have Jimmy here, who sells Efficiency 5 and Thorns 3, which is absolutely insane, which I'm very happy to have there. Then probably the rarest of them all, I think, is Jade here, because Jade has Mending. That's not what the rarest one of them all is, so it's not Jade who is the rarest one of them all. It's this one. It is Bob. Bob has an Unbreaking 3 enchanted book, which is apparently super rare to get with a villager. I did spend, I think it was a good 5 hours destroying this, waiting for his job to disappear, placing it again, and just refreshing his trades over and over again to try and get that trade. But we got it eventually. I locked it in immediately, and that's pretty much it. We are good to go from then on out. And I'm really pleased that we have these 4 villagers. Now, obviously, we have this one here who's Shine. He sells some enchanted armor, which is always good. And I'm going to have another one across because I like symmetricality. But this is obviously a work in progress, and it's going to be super noisy because it's right near the entrance hall. So you're just going to hear an abundance of villagers when we first enter, which I don't know whether to be happy or sad about. Now, if I take a look at the map real quick before we head outside, you might be able to see that there's the pit that we dug in the last episode, but there's also some new stuff here. I spent a long time. I went onto a creative world that I used for my building ideas, and I wanted to design a tree, and I think I've done a pretty good job of doing so. So I'm just gonna sleep real quick, and then I will show you first thing in the morning. Let's go and have a look at this tree. Now, it's not got leaves on it or anything. It's currently just a dead tree, but I've worked really hard on trying to get it done. I thought I had my wings equipped, but I didn't. Okay, let's go. And there it is, everyone. My tree. Woohoo! It looks a bit weird from, like, you know, down here, but I think as a standalone looking thing, once we have leaves and everything all on it, it's gonna look a lot better. I wanted to try and keep it looking organic, which was the hardest part about it, but I think, at least in my eyes, I achieved that look. I don't really know. Let me just jump up here real quick. We'll destroy that. We can climb up the tree, but it does look a bit weird when you're actually up here. But just try and picture it with leaves and everything on it, and you should get a slightly different look. I think it looks good, and as you can see here, I've started working on a bridge. It's literally just these beams at the moment. There is nothing else down there. It's just beams that lead here, because I've been wanting a bridge here for ages. I even wrote these signs saying, smallish bridge. I wrote small in, but smallish bridge, wood, stone, connected tunnel, blah, 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 and so on. So we're probably going to work on this a little bit today. I might try and get the leaves for this done today as well. I'm really happy with how it looks, and I think if we have time, because there's a lot I want to do in this episode, we'll work on building the windmill that I want here with the wheat and the, you know, the extended terrain and everything. I want to go with like a wooden medieval old England type of look. I don't really know how I'm going to achieve that. I'm probably going to have to design it in creative once again, which I am curious to see if you guys want to see my creative world at some point, because it's just full of both scrapped designs and weird builds that just didn't end up making it. Now over here, as you can see, this is where the hand thing was. I told you I've been busy. I have been, well, I turned this into a little, like, not like a pyramid, but almost like a pedestal, if you will. So there's going to be like a statue slash monument up there, and then here I was thinking of building something. I don't know what I'll build here, in all honesty. Maybe some, I don't know. I don't know. But I dug it out because I needed the sand, and yeah. I don't really know what I was going to build up here. I mean, I think it was going to be a hand, and I've tried designing a couple of hands, but it just never ends up looking good. So you guys should let me know what you want up here, and I'll be, well, I'll probably take into account and maybe get some of your ideas, which could be kind of cool. There is a lot of things I want to do for this world, like a lot of things that I want to do for this world, and I need something up here as well. I don't know, there's a lot I want to do and there's a lot I need to do, but I guess we should start by, well, working on the bridge, and then we'll work on the tree, then we'll work on the windmill, and then we'll see how much time we have left. Well, hello there, good sir. You are selling a load of crap. Thank you. Thank you for wasting my time. Okay, so far, we have, or I have, I should say, settled on this idea of a design. It's going to be medieval-ish. I've left this bit as a gap because I don't really know what block I want there, because I want it to look like it's bolted in some way, even though it is a medieval-styled bridge. But there's going to be a triangular roof on top with hopefully a nice, aesthetically pleasing design. I don't really know what you guys think of this, but I kind of like the look of this so far. I mean, it is chunky. I always knew it was going to be chunky. Originally, it was going to be like an arch bridge, but I decided ultimately I didn't like that idea, so I settled on this instead, and I think it lines up with the path and everything kind of flows nicely, so I'm probably going to stick with that. Right, so I've lost the ability to speak today, as I've tried to record this bit of audio for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I just keep getting it wrong, but let's try and do it on this one, shall we? So I don't know whether or not I like the look of this. I definitely want it to come out this way a little bit, but I don't know if the blocks I've used work in the fashion that I'm trying to achieve. I might need to tinker with it a little bit before we can decide for definite, but what I'm going to do in the middle here is build it out of wood. Now, I might go with oak, but I'm not too sure. I feel like having it dark will kind of ruin the look. I suppose we could test a bunch of different woods just to see what I like the best, but as we've used oak logs and oak fences, I think oak stairs is the way to go. Oh, would you look at that? I had the perfect amount of logs. Oh, that worked out well. Okay, so we've done some stuff. I changed the top of this. I think it looks better, and I filled in some of the roof. So I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. It's not done yet. It's nowhere near being done yet, but we are getting closer to visualizing what the final result's going to look like, which is always nice. You can never ever really complain about that. Okay, right, I had a little bit of an incident. I didn't show it on camera because, well, it took me a little while to rectify the issue. I accidentally clicked on my dragon egg. I went over here to try and click on this, and as I came out, I clicked on that, and then it teleported, and luckily, it only ended up in here, but it happened to be the last place I looked, so I looked pretty much around and dug, like, I had to check all the little pockets that I knew were there, just in case it teleported into there, so I'm gonna have to do some filling in to kind of minimize the risk of that. But before we go back to the bridge and I show you what progress we've made there, I want to head up top. I'm not going to fly up there because it will ruin the surprise. I've not done much. I've kind of laid a foundation for what I want to be up here, and that is a bunch of buildings, as you can see. I've got little, well, they're going to be huts and stuff. I don't really know, but this is the layout that I want, and once we've done up here, obviously this space will be filled, which will be nice, and what I'm going to do is I'll connect it up to my base entrance there via this path, most likely, and then that'll all be good in that regard. But I also want to build a form of, like, a wooden rope bridge that goes along from here to over there. And once we do that, I think well, it will just be good to do, to be honest. So that's what it's going to look like from over there. I'm liking the bridge. Oh, yes. Okay. It's giving the effect that I wanted, which is always nice. Now, it's not done yet. We still have some work that I need to do. I also need to integrate the connection of these a bit better, because I don't really know what I'm going to do in that regard. But we can work on that, things can be changed, and everything can become hunky-dory, which is always, always, always good. You're just here to stay, which is annoying, but hey-ho, it is what it is. I've put some scaffolding down here. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know what clips you've seen. I've recorded a couple, which I had to re-record because I wasn't happy with the way they turned out. Now, I do want to put some lighting on here, because obviously I don't want mobs and stuff to spawn. So what I'm thinking of doing is up here, up the top, I'm going to put either lanterns or maybe a bit of glowstone. I'm not really too sure, but then I'm going to fill the top with wooden oak trapdoors to give it the effect of the light beaming through. I feel like that's a good idea. I'm not too sure, but I guess we're going to have to do it in order to find out if that's a good idea or not. Now, I don't know whether to do it on, you know, the lower part or the upper part. I'm thinking the upper part because, well, it would probably just work a bit better. Oh, I love it when that happens. I made the perfect... Oh, whoops. Not when that happens, but I love it when you accidentally make the perfect amount of trapdoors. I am very happy that we had the perfect amount. I didn't realize that one dropped. I must have... Oh, I don't know. Right, I'm adding one last thing to the roof. It's an extra layer of cobblestone slabs. I think just to... I don't know, give it that one more level of depth, and I think it will look quite nice at bringing the entire thing together. So the best place to have a look is in the sky. Oh, yeah, would you look at that? That looks awesome! Yes, the middle one is smaller, but it is symmetrical, so I am very, very pleased with how that has turned out, and we are one step closer to the bridge being complete, which is always nice. I can never complain about that. Now, I do need to do a couple of other bits underneath here, but I need to go a little bit lower than we currently are. So I'm going to get a bit more scaffolding. I'm actually going to collect some of the ones we have from down here. And then, well, we're pretty much going to rebuild this thing. Alright, well, it's looking good at night. We have a couple of skeletons nearby, but none actually spawning on the bridge, which is nice. That's exactly what I wanted and intended to happen. Okay, right, cool. Now that we know that, let's fly on home and, well, not get killed by creepers or anything, because that would suck. Dude, stop. What are you doing? Why are you running so quick? You ran so quick, you abandoned your llamas. The leads broke. I've now got them. What are you doing? Why are you so quick? What is this? Why? I don't understand. Why? I think I've settled on a design I really like. It uses quite a lot of, well, wood and cobblestone. So this, I know you're not really going to see all that much. I'm not going to do that bit there. But you're not going to see, obviously, the underside of the bridge very often. But when you do come along the side, you will be able to tell that it is supported. And I don't know how this looks. I mean, it does look very flush. So I don't really know. I don't really know if this is what I want to go with or if I need to do something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm still, well, designing things. I am happy with how this up here looks. I'm very happy with how that looks. I want to keep it that way. I just don't know how to go about designing the rest. Maybe I could put some light down here or something. I don't know. I don't really know if it needs it. I do need more fence along there. In fact, I'm going to do that now. So let's turn that into that. Then we'll split that in half, make some sticks, and then we'll make some fences and get to it. Right, I think I want to start terraforming the land I need for my windmill. So I am going to... Where's my dirt? Where'd my dirt? There's my dirt. Okay, I'm going to take a whole bunch of that and... well, start terraforming. So far, we have somewhat of a layout. I wanted to leave a bit of a gap. This feels super close over here, but I don't really want to change that all that much. Maybe tweak it a little bit, but not very much, because I like the space, because a lot of this is going to be filled with wheat and water, so I've got to be wary of that. I do want to leave some space for another building around here, possibly eventually, and then we'll have some trees or some bushes around here, which can work out quite nice. Now, this pathway here, I have had a bit of an idea, but it's going to be a little bit of a task to try and do. I might turn it into a tunnel. We have a bridge, yes, but we might also have a tunnel. We might have this go up and over a little bit, and then we can carry on raising the ground over here, which leads on to another project that I wanted to start over here, so it would kind of work out anyway. I'm not really too sure, though, or maybe I should make this the tunnel. What was I going to put here? Post office. No, that can fuck off. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We got some tinkering to do, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. Note to self. Do not almost crash into the bridge, because it will kill you. I was so close to dying. But, oh god. Okay, right. Now that we've done that, as you can see, I have laid the foundation for where I want to terraform. I'm pretty happy with the layouts that I've got so far. I've had a couple of ideas regarding certain things as well. As you saw, there was an X there. That's the mark where I'm thinking the windmill to go. I'm not really too sure, but here, I'm thinking of building a tunnel. I'm not really too sure. I need to see how much dirt I've got. I don't think it's a lot, which probably means I'm going to have to go and get some. Oh, that was dirt. Yay! But the question is, how much is in here? Oh god, boom. Okay, right. There's dirt there, but I don't know if it's enough, so I guess we're going to have to go and get some more. 40 minutes of dirt collecting later, and we are still going. We are still getting more dirt, because that is what we have to do. I mean, it's not too bad. We are getting seeds in the process, and obviously I want wheat around this windmill, so I think this is going to work rather nicely. Yeah, so I think this is going to work rather nicely as well. Now, I have used the nether to get here. This is my go-to area for dirt and sand, as we are right next door to a desert. But it's not all that bad. We're getting plenty of dirt, I'm filling up shulker boxes, and we're having a good time when doing so. Right, quite a big jump of progress later, but I have laid the basic foundation for where I want my tunnel. Now, obviously I need to add more materials and change the layout of it a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. Obviously there's still work to be done, and there's still lots of things that need to be tweaked and added and done here there, but I was thinking of adding another one here, and then bringing the pathway down so I could build bridges below the bridge that we have just built. Does that make sense? I left the open square spaces things and ready for bridge and tunnels and stuff. Yeah, I'm making much sense right now, aren't I? But yes, that's what I'm planning on doing. Right, I have decided that I am going to be doing that, so I've made a staircase down. We're going to build bridges and, you know, connect them to the support from below, and then we're just going to keep going lower and lower. As low as necessary. I don't think we'll go all the way down to the bottom, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Let's leave the tunnel to show you the foundation of the more land that I have built. That wasn't a very grammatically correct sentence, but I have been busy! Very busy indeed. We are doing absolutely wonderfully, and oh, actually, I've got a question. I don't really know what I'm going to put in this area, because I left it open on purpose, but I don't know what to put there. I'm thinking a monument of some sorts, or a statue, or maybe even just like a water fountain. I really do not have a clue. I'm curious to see what you guys think on that. Right, moving on from the tunnel, you can see that I've added a couple more materials to it, but we'll focus on that a little bit later. I have done a little bit more terraforming. It would have helped if I took off successfully to begin with. Let's just get to the appropriate angle and take a look at this bad boy. Oh, would you look at that? I am very, very pleased with how this is turning out. Now, I have had to change the X to coarse dirt, because obviously if it was normal dirt, grass would grow on it, and I don't really want that. But that is where I was originally thinking of the windmill to go. I am also getting the idea of bringing a path along and up to the main entrance. So the windmill might be moving. Okay, the windmill has definitely moved. It's not in line with the X, but it is lined up to the path that I have now built. Now, I've done, well, a small little staircase almost. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, but from above, I'm also super happy with how it looks. It looks like it's just meant to be there, and I think that looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. It looks pretty darn cool indeed. Now, obviously, I've only built the foundation out of dirt, but I am going to be using wooden logs and probably white concrete, because I like concrete and we already have it in the bag. Right, we are adding the last material to the construction of the tunnel. That material being coarse dirt. I like coarse dirt. I've been using it in a lot of my builds recently, but I think it adds a nice variety to the regular dirt that's also present in this tunnel. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I do want to... Oh, can I change that block? Oh, yeah, I probably can. Right, you didn't say anything. Nope, be gone. Right, and a foundation has been set. I am happy with the colors and I'm happy with the materials. Let's just get into the air and have a little bit of a better look. Oh, would you look at that? I am very, very thrilled with how this is looking. I tried to land on it and failed, but you know what? That's fine. It lines up with the path, everything is good, and it's looking pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Okay, we have the frame for it being a bit higher now, which is awesome. I don't really know how tall I'm going to be building it, but as you can see, I've built the frame inside rather than going up with the main building. Right, let's jump off real quick and take another look at how this is looking. I did move a section up, and oh yeah, would you look at that? It's looking good. Oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm running into a slight dilemma. Where I've brought it up every 2 levels, the top level has actually become a diagonal square, which is not what I intended, because I wanted to have a circular roof. I do need more spruce, so I'm probably going to have to get more of that, but there's something I need to fix here. I thought I'd add the appropriate blocks to have a look at what it looks like before I go about fixing it, but the top is definitely square. I don't really know if that's what I want. I might have to change it. You know what? I am going to change it. Alright, a little bit of work later, and I am much happier with how it's looking. I did 3 and 3 rather than 2, 2 and 2, and it's the exact same height, it just looks a bit different, and I'm pretty happy with how this one looks. It looks a lot different, and I'm very, very pleased with it. So, we're going to have a blade on the front, which is going to be rather cool, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Ignore the scaffolding, that's just for me getting up there and building the bad boy, but I am pretty pleased with how this is turning out. Right, we are working on the roof. Now, I know a lot of you are probably feeling like I don't show a lot of the building process, but that is because I spend so much time just looking at what I'm going to do and coming up with ideas in my head. I don't think it would be very entertaining for you, so I tend to cut it out and just show you the ideas I've come up with as of when I've built them, and I try and show as much of the building process as I can. Placing scaffolding. Oh boy, I've got to wait for it to do its thing. There we go. Okay, right. So I'm coming up with like an under tread area. I've kind of designed a weird lip bit. It goes like there, and then above we're gonna do that, and then it's pretty much the same up top, but it's a layer back because of the layer change at this area. I don't really know if this is going to make it look too cluttered, but I am pretty pleased with how it's looking thus far. So, I do need to add windows. I do also need to add a form of doorway arch. I might do the same thing on the windows to have, you know, a little bit of similarity. Otherwise, the doorway would just be a bit different than the rest. And I like symmetricality. So, I mean, not every build you have to build has to be symmetrical, but I am pretty pleased with how this is looking thus far. And it's nice using a wood I don't often use, spruce. I don't use spruce a lot, but I thought I'd show more of me building since, well, I thought you guys would appreciate that. So let's break all this and not die on the way down. Oh, would you look at that? I am very pleased with how that is looking. It looks even better from afar. And the roof is done. Okay, that looks awesome. Now, I do need to do another layer on the ground to kind of, I don't know, complete the trio, if you will, but, oh god, I got a lot of scaffolding to pick up. I've got a lot of scaffolding to pick up indeed. Alright, anyway. Let's get designing on some of this floor stuff and get some of the doorway things done. Right, so I have designed a doorway. It's pretty simple and similar to what we have up top. It is different, but it is very similar. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to put 2 slabs on the outside, and then we're simply going to put 3 more stairs on the top. It's pretty simplistic, but I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I think it just completes it a little bit more. So if we destroy that, and then we'll have a window there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this the whole way round. Right, the top is done. I'm just destroying the scaffolding I used to actually do that. So let's destroy these bad boys and not fall off in the process. That would have been fun. Oh, God. Let's get the scaffolding. Okay, that happened. Oh, dear. Right, so we're getting there. It looks like a proper construction site when you have scaffolding around a build like the way I do. It's pretty cool. I don't know why I have 2 crafting tables, but it's just the way I've kind of put it, so yeah. Oh, would you look how cool this looks in the sunset! Right, I'm working on the interior because I don't just want to leave it hollow. I'm pretty happy with the design of the floor. I used a bunch of different stripped logs. I've got dark oak, spruce, oak, and birch there, so feel free to kind of do that if you want to. Yeah, whatever that meant. Right, I am going to build blocks here, and we're going to have a ladder going up to another level. Yeah, that's the idea. Be gone! With the interior all but done, let's take a look at the outside, because I have built the blade. So, not so long later, the blades are done. The windmill is all but complete. Oh, would you look at that? It's so good. Let's get some... Okay, run. I was just gonna say, let's get some seeds. Let me get my seeds. I only want some seeds. Why did I do this at night? I don't know, but I'm only here for seeds. Okay, and I think on this note, I am going to end the episode. I have gone ahead and placed all the seeds that we have collected down by the windmill. Now, there are a couple more materials I want to add down here, and I do also need to add some pockets of water, but this episode is quite long as it is already, so I didn't want to drag it out any longer than it had to, and it's something minor that I can do off camera. So, we've done a lot. There's a couple of things I have done off camera, but there is quite a lot more new stuff in this episode, which is pretty darn cool. I'm really happy with the layout of the wheat. I think it looks awesome. We have the new mounds, which I'm very pleased with. I still need to work on them a bit. Now, I haven't done the tree. I did want to do it, but it's just going to be a very slow, tedious process of me doing that. So, I don't know whether I'm going to do that on or off camera. I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. But it's getting there. I'm pretty happy with how the terrain looks, and everything just looks pretty darn cool, if you ask me. I'm so happy with the windmill. It's like exactly what I envisioned, which is absolutely awesome. I cannot believe we finally got the windmill done. I've been on about it for episodes and episodes, and it is done. I'm happy with the roof, I'm happy with the blade, I'm happy with the interior. We've done the bridge, we've done the tunnel, we've done the kind of tunnel that leads down underneath the bridge, which is going to probably connect to my home. That's the idea I've got anyway. Oh, that's one of my favorite builds thus far, I think, the windmill. I'm really happy with how it's looking. Now, I have got an infinite water source here ready to add water to the area, but I think there's more we should do before we do that. Now, I don't really know what the plan is for the next episode. Like I said, we've done a lot, and I've built a bridge under here. I forgot to show you. We have a bridge under here now, which connects to the cave that I've built here. I completely forgot about the tunnel. I was so focused on the windmill. Oh god, well you've seen it now, and that's what counts. Now, I might do something with the hut things that I had the idea for, and building the rope bridge thingy in the next episode. I really don't know. It all depends on how I feel. I don't know when the next episode is going to be, but hopefully it'll be just as good as this one, because we've done quite a lot of building and stuff in this one, so let's hope it's just the same. But yes, I think for now, I'm going to leave that video here. So before I end this off, I do need to ask if you've got any ideas of what you would like me to build, please leave a comment down in the description below. That would really help me out and give me a couple more ideas of what I can build within the area. But for now, like I said, I am leaving that video here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, and I will see you in the next one.
Duck season! Fire!